Hi guys, stir crazy mama coming at you on a cloudy rainy day, really wanting to encourage you to go outside, pick up your camera and take pictures. One, because it helped me today kind of have some sanity and just do something creative and enjoy and kind of tap out of just the stir craziness of being inside. And then secondly, it is the perfect day to practice learning how to use your camera, to practice shooting in manual. It cuts out a lot of the frustration of lighting, because when it's cloudy like this, it's how it is in North Texas right now. There's like, it acts as like a soft box. There's just this soft covering over the sun. It makes everything basically even light. It's perfect. And so whenever you're learning how to shoot in manual and whenever you're learning ISO, aperture, shutter speed, those are already pretty heavy concepts to work on. And so in addition to those, whenever it's sunny outside, there's a little bit more to think about. And so on cloudy days, it is perfect. You can go outside anywhere, take pictures, it'll be beautiful. Number one tip though is if you are outside taking pictures, try to go out from under a tree. If you're under a really dense tree, I know here in Dallas, like we have a really big dense tree. The lighting could be a little darker if you have your subjects or your kiddos or whatever under a tree. It could still work fine. Luke was outside from under a tree. He was digging for roly-polies. It is also keeping us sane right now. He loves roly-polies. But I'm going to one-up that. I would so encourage you, if you have little kids who can walk and splash in puddles, those are my absolute favorite pictures of Luke, because he is just a little boy on the go, loves splashing, loves all energetic, candid things. Make sure you have the fast shutter speed over 1/200, 250. Fast shutter speed, go out, let your kids splash in puddles. Even if it's sprinkling, let them go out with an umbrella. Cutest pictures ever. So have fun today. I'm like pushing you out the door. Pick up your camera, go practice, go try. If you aren't enrolled in my capture course, it's on sale right now for $50. $50. It's regularly $149. Use code GETCREATIVE. Get out, get with your cameras. Today's a perfect day. Let me know if you have questions. I'm like rooting you on, cheering you on, rooting for you, all the things. So anyway, I'm gonna show you iPhone footage of our yard and kind of talk more about the lighting. That's about a minute long, less than a minute long. And then I'll go in and edit a couple of the pictures. So good luck. I hope you have fun. Seriously, rooting for you.
It's been rainy, rainy, rainy. This is our obsession right now. We are hunting for roly-polies, and so I'm going to take some pictures of him. It's cloudy, so it doesn't matter what direction I shoot him or photograph him. Hi, Luke. He will be evenly distributed with light, just really soft and beautiful. So the thing for me to think about is, what do I want in the background? Since I can shoot from any direction, he typically digs from this direction, so I'll probably shoot this. I like getting our house in the background versus getting our car in the background or something like that. So those will be my thoughts, and here we go.
I am standing in the street, basically right at the curb, photographing him. So there's a lot of clean light that's bouncing up onto him just from the street, instead of kind of more muddled light from the grass. But anywhere you position yourself outside is generally very, very safe and very good when it's cloudy. Unless you're under a tree, you can kind of see the grass over here around this blue ball is more lighter than over here. It's a little bit darker, so you might get a little bit darker lighting if you're standing under a tree. You might want to come from outside of under a tree. And so and don't forget that your greens are going to be needing to be tweaked on cloudy days versus sunny days. So I took out a little of this unnatural color and added some of the yellow into there. I'm going to sync these and edit them. And then, so going over to these images. So I included this image, so I'm going to add a little bit of exposure to it. I added this one just so that you could see the difference of moving objects in photos. I liked the red tub over here to the side better than over here. And so I'm going to keep on going. I just like the candidness of this. And honestly, there's very rarely, I don't know if there are really any. Oh, there's a couple where he's looking up. Most of them are just him in action. And I was kind of moving my shutter around. So that's why as I'm syncing over these, I'm having to adjust my exposure, because let's look. So my, I'm using my 35, again, my 35 lens. My ISO is 160. And my aperture is 2.5, and then my shutter here is 1/200. My shutter here is the same. So I mean, maybe the sun came out a little bit for one versus the other. That's the only variable that you can assume there. Aubrey's going to help teach. So I'm going to take the exposure down a little bit there, and go over. I liked the candidness of this. And so here you can see how it's not as warm. It's more blue. And I also tweaked my shutter just a little bit. You can see. So I'm going to add some warmth in. Tell him, Aubrey. Tell him. I liked this overhead shot just because I was kind of trying to challenge myself to get some different perspectives of Luke digging because this is like his jam these days. He loves the roly-polies. And so this is going to be pretty quick. So anyway, I got this perspective rolling right through. Oh, I love her. It's such a good day. It's a wonderful day. It's so good. Okay, so again, just editing here. I'm going to add a little bit of warmth. This was really hard to get him to look at the camera, but he's showing me a roly-poly here, clearly. So I'm going to go over these, kind of sync with this lighting. I'm going to add some exposure clearly to this. I was kind of going all over the board with my shutter because I was shooting him from different directions. So learned from that. I'm not typically this all over the board with my shutter because when you come to edit, it doesn't mean that you're able to sync them very easily. So there's a perfect bad example there, or a perfect example of a not good example. And I just liked the candidness of this. And then again, another perspective, kind of shooting over him to show like what's going on and what he's doing. And this is his happy place right now. There are like a million roly-polies that you can find in there. Brings me back to my childhood, and it also is amazing because it keeps my little man busy. And Lord knows we need that right now, and so it's really good. So anyway, I hope that this just encourages y'all to go out and take pictures. It is so easy to take pictures on cloudy days. Again, you can shoot anywhere and learn how to use your camera. It's just please just try. And like I had mentioned earlier, my favorite photos on cloudy days are photos that are taken of Luke splashing in puddles. So if I can encourage you to go out and try that, then wonderful. Share some photos with me, tag me in them. Cheering you on. Aubrey and I are cheering you on. Aubrey, yay! Yay! There we are. Have a good one.